I read something recently that stopped me dead in my tracks. It's in Richard Foster's book, The Celebration of Discipline. And he says, goals are discovered, not made. What if goal setting isn't about pressure or performance, but instead it can be about curiosity and communion with God? Well, I think it can be, and that's what we're talking about in today's episode. Foster goes on to say that reorientation and goal setting do not need to be cold and calculating. God delights in showing us exciting new alternatives for the future. And he goes on to talk about different types of goals that we might set for ourselves. Crafts we want to learn, skills we want to develop, spiritual gifts we want to grow in. Maybe you want to read from some of the great writers or get qualified or certified for different aspects of ministry or in your career. He says, setting these goals is not a problem. It's setting a direction for your life. But, he goes on to say, you're going to go somewhere. How much better to have a direction that has been set by communion with the divine creator. Goals are discovered, not made. We see this on display in Psalm 37, verses 4 and 5, and I'll read in the NIV. It says, "Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will do this." As we grow in our delight of the Lord, he places in our hearts the desires that are to be there. The Creator God, the good Father who knows us and made us and loves us, knows the desires that belong in our hearts. And so as we delight in him, he reveals those desires to us. When we commit our path to him, and we trust him, we can trust him to do this too, that he will give us the desires that belong in our hearts. In James 1:5, it says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." And so when it comes to goal setting, I'll be the first to admit it's real easy to set goals by myself, to think of a thing and make a plan and try and build a strategy and jump into learning. Those are good things that are related to some of the gifts and abilities that God has given me. But I don't have to settle for just doing those things on my own. I don't have to try and create my own goals. God can reveal goals to me as the one who knows me best, as the one who cares for me and guides me and who invites me to experience life with him. And so this is something I'm excited to practice in new ways. I've already gotten to experience some of this in partnering with God in work, in ministry. And I know there's so much more that he has for each of us. And so here are two questions that I'm going to leave you with today. Choose one or both of them based on where you are with God in this season. Question number 1, God, what's a desire you've placed in me that you want me to explore? And our second question can feel a little scary, but it is growing us in our reliance and our trust in God, who knows us and cares for us. And question 2 is, God, are there any goals I'm chasing that aren't from you? And then follow these conversations with him wherever he leads.